A man's physique, a fit physique, rather, is a large part of a man's quote unquote game. It's a large part of that whole behavior and pattern and physical attribute that is called game. And is it the only one? No, but it is a major one, and I'm gonna get into it. This is Tarik Talks. Let's get into some physique talk. Let's get into some fitness, because you guys know I love that. So, a man's physique is a large part of his game. Is it the only? No. You guys need to listen to words. It's not the only part. It is a huge part, though, because game is lyrical, not lyrical, I was about to say lyrical like it's a damn rap song. Hey, look, you can kind of compare it to that, right? You can kind of compare verbal game, you know, it's words being put together like a song lyric, right? But anyway, it's verbal, and there's not a spiritual side, but there is a side of it that is, I want to use the word spiritual, because I don't know how else to explain it when two people just connect, and there's nothing really physical about it. It's just two people connecting, right? And then there's the physical aspect, which comes your physique. See, guys, without you even saying anything, you are communicating attraction. You are getting her attention with your physique. And a lot of people, you know, every time I make videos like this, they disagree, and they have their differences. And at first I used to be like, wow, that's ridiculous, that's preposterous. But now it's like, it's cool. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their way of doing things. And for me, and I know a lot of people can relate, because I've talked to them, and in real life and even in the comments, a lot of the fellas that watch me regularly, they will agree that yes, your physique is a major part of game. It is a major help. It really helps you out a lot in attraction and sexual attraction, because when a woman is looking at a man, right, the quickest, and like I said, hey, look, this might be even subjective, but a lot of men can relate to this, which is why there's a whole movement, you know, with this whole thing with men getting their body right and using it as game. And this has been around for quite a while now. But when you have a fit physique, it's just communicating, communicating sexuality. And when the woman is looking at you, right, the quickest way to get her aroused, and we're just talking about dynamics here, whether you believe in relationships, flings, situationships, whatever your mode of dynamics is, this applies to everybody. But this is the most quickest way that a woman is going to look at you and just have that attraction, to where, hey, look, when she's looking at you, she's thinking about it. She's thinking about it. She's thinking about you, being intimate. I'm gonna say it like that. And this is for real, because a lot of guys just seem to think that women don't look at men in that sort of manner. You know, they're like, oh yeah, women don't look well. Not as much now. I feel like a lot of men are starting to wake up, quote unquote. But yes, they do, fellas. Yes, they do. They do look at men in that type of manner. Now, is there other aspects to it? Of course, there's other aspects. And those are other comments that I get in here, like, oh, it's about money. It's about your status. It's about, verbal game. And the thing with status, guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no clue where a lot of guys get their info from, because they think you have to be some kind of celebrity to get women, right? Y'all, if your S appeal is high enough, you know, your physicality, you got your body on point, you could literally be a worker in a restaurant. I'm using a prior example, of course, of my own experience, and you could bag hot females. You do not have to be some kind of celebrity. You can get some baddies just off your physicality. Now, am I saying that you don't have to have some kind of verbal game as well? Yes, you do. But yeah, you don't have to be a celebrity. And I listen to a lot of dating coaches, I guess, dating gurus, whatever title that they want. And they're like, yeah, you have to have status and you have to have a large friend group. And man, bump all that. You don't have to have none of that shit. If a woman is really sexually attracted, and like I said, a large portion of that is your physicality. You know, she's looking at you. You got a nice muscular physique. I mean, she's not going to give a damn if you're rolling 10 deep with some dudes and stuff. Like, I don't know where a lot of guys get their information from or where they even come up with it. Now, can status add to your S appeal? Yeah, I'm not saying it can't, but they make it seem like it's like a huge factor. Not really, to be honest. If you're fit, you could be, let me tell y'all something also from personal experiences. You could be fit, you could be walking, you could be one deep somewhere, okay? You could be one deep somewhere chilling, you know, you got your physique is looking great. You're obviously above average from almost everybody in that environment, because you don't even have to be that much. Guys, look at me. I'm not even like on some bodybuilder type of stuff, but it's clear that I do some type of physical activity, right? Just by you having that edge, I guess, over a lot of the average man, right? You looking like you are physical, you're gonna have an edge. So you could be by yourself somewhere and, you know, you got your physique on point to some extent. You got some nice clothing. You know, clothing is another part of game too. Style is another part of game too. I will throw that in there. It does add a lot. And hell, I'll even say on a little side note, you know, if you're dressed nicely and you know, you got somewhat of verbal game, you could be average, you know, body type. But the thing with the body type is, like I said in the beginning, it's just a cheat code. It's just gonna enhance you that much more, to where a chick is already looking at you in a way that she's aroused off rip. Because with the other forms of game, it's like, okay, you got to kind of talk to her, ease your way in there, get to know her, stuff like that, and she'll start seeing it slowly. But when your physique is on point, she's gonna be she's gonna be aroused off rip, like before you say anything. It's just on you from there. It's two factors, right? Actually three. The first one is there a baseline of attraction on her end, period? Because you're not gonna attract every single chick, point blank, period. I don't care how big and swole you are, okay? Second is hey, look, can you strike up a simple convo? And third is, are you gonna kind of ties into number two, are you guys gonna connect? Okay, but with all that being said, right, you are throwing off those vibes off rip. You really didn't have to say too much. If she has that baseline kind of attraction, if she's predisposed to being attracted to you per se, then you are communicating. She's looking at you and in that type of manner to begin with. You know, if she has a friend or something, she's gonna be like, "Ooh, girl, look at him." You know, her girl might call you over and be like, "Hey, my friend likes you." You know, that's just how women operate, right? You don't have to be 10 deep. You don't gotta be rolling with an entourage and all that funny stuff, right? You don't have to have quote unquote status. That's more of, we're going into social dynamics, you know, like social contract type of, or construct type of deal. But I'm talking about on a natural, just human biological level. You don't have to have that mess. You can go in alone and be chilling, and a chick, you know, if your physique is on point, a chick is gonna start looking at you, giving you little smiles, stuff like that, in some type of environment that you're gonna be in. Okay. Now, with all that being said, hope this video helped. Peace.